Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Egelhoff, the Man Entrepreneur magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Egelhoff's favorite son, Tom Egelhoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road. All right, welcome back, everyone. 47 degrees outside. It's Saturday, May 21st. It is 2016. It is 25 minutes before the top of the hour, and I want to welcome you to the podcast portion of Open for Business. Each week, I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. I do these Open for Business podcasts live every Saturday between 11:30 and noon Mountain Time from the studios of AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman and 1340 KPRK in Livingston, and of course we stream worldwide on the web at kmmsam.com. So if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel or on my website at smalltownmarketing.com, smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left side and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. Now, today's topic, I want to talk about how to market and advertise your landscaping business. So there's a process for finding clients in any business, and the landscaping business is no exception. Having grown up in the landscaping business, I found that most landscaping businesses fail because they either devote too much time chasing the wrong clients or they undervalue their services. And in this podcast, I want to talk about both of them. I want to show you how to bring in more profitable customers and increase profit margins from the ones you already have. Both should help your business grow regardless of the economic conditions you find yourself in. So landscaping is a service that someone always needs. Your job is to convince those that need it that they need it from you, and to build your business with referrals from satisfied customers. So let's start with how to define you and your landscaping business. So before you can identify your ideal customer, you need to identify yourself. So you start by identifying the 5 most profitable services you offer. Most landscapers have an identity crisis. They want to be all things to all people because they need the business. So if a customer asks, "Can you?" most new or inexperienced landscapers will reply, "Of course I can. That's my specialty." Then the on-the-job training starts. The job takes more hours than estimated, so you make no money. The customer's unhappy because it doesn't appear you know what you're doing, and in the end, you lose a repeat customer and a probable referral. So let's look at a better way. If you're brand new to the landscaping business and all you've got's a 20-inch mower and a rake, the chances are pretty good that you're not going to try to specialize in mowing golf courses. So sit down and list your 5 most profitable services. What do you do really well with the equipment or resources that you currently have? Look at square footage, suppliers of plants, trees, sprinklers, trimming. Look at past jobs. Are your estimates accurate? Are the jobs you've been doing above or below your capabilities? Are these jobs profitable? Have you raised prices on existing customers to keep up with the economy, or are you still charging the same rates you did 2 years ago? It's very easy to keep charging the same prices while your profit margin slips little by little. You must know the exact cost of every single thing you do on a job. So once you've identified your 5 most profitable products and services, it's time to determine who are the people most in need of those services. So are they private homeowners, apartment complexes, corporate campuses, parks, recreation areas, schools, churches? Who best fits with what you do? These are the people you want to talk to with your advertising. Next, let's look at how to advertise your landscaping business. People buy benefits, they don't buy services. I know that there's an overwhelming desire probably to tell customers all about your company, how long in business, how great your service is, knowledgeable employees, state-of-the-art equipment, and all those things are fine, and you should be proud of your accomplishments, but the only thing that a customer is really concerned about is they have a problem And can you fix it for a price they can afford? All your advertising should deal with solving customer problems, not blowing your own horn. So to help in that effort, your ads should have what is commonly referred to as a call to action. There needs to be something that will make customers pick up the phone and call you. It might be a discount, it might be a limited offer, educational class, or some information they should find valuable. Now, I worked with a company whose business model was very simple. I went out and made 75 cold calls every Monday with a goal of finding 20 people who would allow a free demo of a product or service of my company. The national closing ratio was 5, with an average sale being $2,500. So we would sell 5 out of 20. Each salesperson generated about $12,500 per week. So how many contacts does it take for you to make a sale? One of my goals in selling, you should write this down. One of my goals in selling, the first goal you need is to get 100 no's. You have to get 100 no's. So how many contacts does it take for you to make a sale? If you don't know, you need to find out today. So you need to start keeping a daily record of how you use your time. How many calls, what happened during each call. You need to work smarter, not harder. Now, in the example I just gave, there are 3 things you can improve. Since you've identified your most profitable services and who should benefit from those services, you can make cold calls on more qualified clients. So it shouldn't take 75 cold calls to get 20 prospects. So if you're using traditional marketing, then it should cost less to advertise to a specific market group. Why? Because that advertising should produce more qualified clients. And once you have the 20 prospects, you'll have an opportunity to upsell additional products and services that will not only build a cushion in your profit margin, but also up the average sale and improve your bottom line. Last but not least, by learning from every contact, you should be able to move your average closing ratio to 8 to 10 customers. Every time you're face-to-face with someone, it's a learning experience. Keep track of who you contacted and when. Review all your estimates. Is there anything you're missing? Why didn't I get that job? Why did I get that job? What did I say? What did they say? Suppose you're doing work next to a competitor, say an apartment building. If there's a real difference between what you're doing and the substandard job your competitor is doing, take the owner of the substandard building outside and show him or her the difference. That may not always make the sale, but if you're only a few dollars apart and the difference is stark, you might pick up some additional work. Whatever you do, don't let yourself be pressured into matching the substandard price. The other landscaper may be desperate for work or is simply trying to buy the business by cutting the price. Now, there's no sense in both of you being poor. Next, time is money, so let's explore some time management. So instead of wasting your time trying to sell all 20 prospects, there are probably only about 8 to 10 of the ones you qualified that are really true, valid buyers. You'll accomplish more sales at a higher per sale volume in the same amount of time, concentrating on the 8 to 10 rather than distributing time equally among all 20. You'll accomplish more sales at a higher per sale volume in the same amount of time. So define yourself, define your customer, create a prospecting process, I'll get it in a minute, and sell benefits, and you'll always be working smarter, not harder. So let's finish up with employees. Your employees need to take ownership of their work. Most workers can't step back and admire their work, but in landscaping, you can. String trimming, hedge trimming, mowing, planting, all should be done with pristine detail. Employees might find it, employees might be slower than you would like at first, but over time, they will develop more efficient methods that work for them. So as they get more familiar with the operation of the equipment, their speed will improve. So impress upon them that people are driving by looking at their work. What does that employee want to present to the world? I used to drive my friends nuts as we drove around town, and I'd say, I did that house, I did that business. So also remind employees that they live somewhere. Who's doing the landscaping where they live? If they're renters, encourage them to let the landlord know that the company that they work for could make the place look more attractive for future tenants. Make sure employees know that their work is appreciated. If they make mistakes, there's a big difference between chewing out an employee and training one. The latter is much more effective and profitable. Pay them as much as the business will allow, but give them the bonus of a great place to work in addition. And that's the podcast. So if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel, on my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left side, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. So tune in each Saturday, and let's build successful businesses together.